Hi guys, and welcome to another video. I'm not gonna tell you that it took me ages again, and I guess this is the third time that I'm actually doing this video. There comes my dog. I don't know why, but he always thinks that when I'm starting to talk to the camera, he thinks I'm talking to him. Queen. You are very important, but not that important that you always are the most important thing. Okay, so now, for this special event, I thought I would make a video about my top 10 tips on how to become a children's book illustrator. So in this case, I'm obviously telling you about what I did that helped me to become what I am now. And it takes a lot of time. I've said that a few times in other videos as well, but I guess that's normal because it really takes time that people get used to you, get to know you, and that's how it all goes. I don't know anyone who actually got into the industry right away. It really takes a little bit of time. So, oh no, Quinn found the freshly washed socks. Well, Quinn, nine. So it's fine. So hopefully Quinn lets me make this video. So let's start, shall we? My first tip is do some portfolio research. And with that I mean you need to put together a really good portfolio, and especially for children's books. So you really need to focus on what kind of clients do I want to get, and in this case obviously these clients are making books for children, so you need to put some children in there and some cute animals and stuff like that. By the way, I made another video about that. And if you're really struggling with finding the right things to put into your portfolio, then I suggest you to go to websites of publishers and just check out what kind of stuff they have in their program, and this should help you to really draw stuff that they are really looking for. And I think I said that also again already in a few videos, and it's that not every publisher is looking for the same style. So yeah, you need to find a publisher that your style could fit in. So that's my first tip. My second tip is find inspiration through other illustrators. And the best thing you can really do is look for illustrators that are really booked. So go to your local bookshop, take a few books, look inside them if they are for older children. Usually on picture books there are obviously the author and the illustrator, because normally it's like 50-50 in that case. 50% of the amount of work they put in. And for older children, you can open up the book, and usually on the first page there should be the information about the illustrator. And Google them, find them on Instagram, get inspiration through them. What are they doing? What's working for them? And there are some people who have like really special styles, and you'll find them to be working not only in the children's book section, but also for maybe bands or magazines or anything like that. So you'll come to realize that you really have to spread your work, and you won't be able to work only within the children's book section, which is fine. I mean, working for magazines and stuff like that is awesome as well. And then there are also illustrators who have a really great style for children's books. It's not too arty, and publishers love to work with them because they know, okay, stuff of them is just selling really nicely. And yeah, so they have really many jobs, and they can do children's book illustration only. So it really depends on where you want to go, or if you would like to change your style a little bit, or if you say, okay, no, I have a really special style, but I think it could work for children's books as well. But then I also suggest you to also spread into other countries. So maybe England would be a nice address to go to, or I don't know. Germany is not really good for this. I need to realize this very quickly. But that's why I switched my style a little bit, changed a little bit of my colors here, and used a little bit more outlines there. And yes, so it started to work out, obviously, because now I'm working on, I guess it's 7 or 8 children's books, and yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. Tip number 3. When you've done all your research and you know where you want to go, then you need to start to build your portfolio. And as I've mentioned already, I've made another video about that. So stuff that you really need to put into your portfolio and where you can put it in and stuff like that. But well, I just do it right away now again. So put in children in different positions, in different situations, in everyday life. Also cute animals in different positions and stuff like that. Then also with a little bit background. Then what else could you put in? I guess that's pretty much the most important things. Then obviously for different kinds of ages. And your portfolio shouldn't be too big. I have like a little DIN A4 folder where I put all my illustrations in. And also not too many, because at one point people would just not really look at your stuff anymore. They would just go through and, you know, like I think maximum of 30 illustrations will be enough, for sure. Yeah, even less is better. I guess my agent always tells me that 20 illustrations are really enough, or pages. So one thing you can do as well is you can put, I don't know, like maybe if you did a few cover designs, then you can put 4 cover designs on just one sheet. So you can show more work, but within less time, if you know what I mean. I hope this makes sense. But if you want to know a bit more about it, then watch the other video I made. Okay, let's go on. Tip number 4. Go to as many book fairs as you can. In my case, I go to the book fair in Bologna, which is in April every year. And I also go to the book fair in Frankfurt. And it doesn't have to be Frankfurt or Bologna. Just make sure to really go to book fairs and get to know the publishers and people who are working within this publisher. Creative directors, whoever is sitting there and you can talk to, because they really need to get to know you. Because who wants to work with a complete stranger if the work's not completely amazing and wow, I have a book right away now for you. You can, you know, start illustrating tomorrow. So normally this is not happening. So the more often you go to a book fair, the better people will get to know you, obviously. Try to stay in their minds in a positive way, of course. Be very friendly, try to be open. And I know that's hard for illustrators. I know that we are really like to be in our caves at home and, I don't know, not really socializing a lot. But Obviously not for everyone, but you know, that's happening a lot, I guess. Yeah, just really try to let people get to know you. Then tip number 5, work with critique. With that I mean, when you're going there to the book fair and someone tells you, well, I love your style, but it doesn't really fit into our program, that's not a bad thing to hear. Then she's just telling the truth. She doesn't want you to, you know, well, she doesn't want you to work for them at that kind of moment. But that doesn't mean that your style will never ever fit in, because the style changes a lot. And I've heard a few times already that people would go to the publisher over and over again, and then at some point they would be like, hey, wow, we right now we have a project that's actually really perfectly fitting for your style. So just don't let yourself be pushed away, but work with that critique. And if somebody says something like, oh, you need to work on drawing hands, or you need to draw children in another way, or anything like that, work with that. And don't take this as, no, you never get in here, but work on this and you'll get in there. If they see that you're actually working with their critique, you'll get there. I promise this. At the beginning, after my first book fair, I heard this sentence of, well, you need to draw a little bit more children. Then of course I was like, oh damn it. But then I realized, okay, yes, they are right. I really need to work on this. And I did. And yeah, here I am now. Ouch. My arm hurts a little bit. So yes, never take critique as a throwback. Take it as a huge step into the right direction. Okay? Trust me. Tip number 6 is, after the book fairs and after you've received maybe a few contacts, which you usually get when people really like your stuff and they can really think about you working for them, then send emails every 2 months. Don't send emails too often, or before you send them, then ask them if it's okay if you send, I don't know, an email with new works every month or whatever. And normally they are going to tell you that. And yes, in my case, I like to send out emails every 2 months. But sometimes this is hard when you're already working with children's book publishers, because they don't really like to show their stuff off if it's not published already, or if it's not completely set in stone. So ask them, of course, first if that's okay, if you put this kind of work into your portfolio. Yes, I did that, for example, for Frankfurt, for my portfolio. I asked all my publishers I'm working for currently if it's okay, or what I could put into my portfolio. And one of them really told me that she would prefer if I wouldn't put anything inside. So I really respected that, and I can totally understand why that is. So yes, just make sure to ask upfront. And yeah, again, send emails out with your new portfolio and all the stuff you've been working on, because it's so important that publishers see that you're really working hard and you really want to get in. Don't wait too long, because then you're just gonna be forgotten, and maybe they have, I don't know, the day you sent your email with your portfolio and they got a new manuscript of someone, and then suddenly it's like, damn, we've been looking for this kind of illustration style for this manuscript, so now we've got this one here. And you know, sometimes there are just coincidences, and yeah, everything gets in the right place at the right time. Tip number 7, connect with others. And with this, I mean connect, of course, with other people in the book industry, and also other illustrators and maybe authors. Normally, for example, in my city, we have an illustrators meeting every month. and it's just a get together, and people are presenting what they're working on, and we're just chatting and talking about struggles and anything like that. And this can help a lot as well to understand the industry and yeah, make it easier to get in actually. By the way, isn't this a nice sleeping room right now? And I'm even fitting to my wall. How funny is that? Yeah, go to meetings if you have a meeting like that in your city, and connect with others. This will also make it easier for you to connect on the book fairs. You know, like, it teaches you to be more open and not to be afraid of strangers and stuff like that. And really, in the book industry, everyone's so nice. Seriously, I think there, I don't know, only a few people you can consider as, I don't know, not such a friendly person, but normally all the other people are really cool and interested in you. And yes, I love the book people. Tip number 8 is be persistent. And with that I mean, again, don't let them make you fall off your track. Go on doing what you love, work on your style, send stuff over and over again. As I've already mentioned at the beginning of this video, it just takes a little bit of time to get in. That's completely normal. And really believe in yourself and believe in your path, because if you are like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it anyways, then you're not gonna make it. You really have to focus and be positive about this, and be positive about everything you can learn about that stuff on your journey. It's so important to always be positive. I know I've had a few times when I was really like, oh damn, it takes so long, and why can't I just get a job and anything like that. And there was even a situation when I already got this kind of job, but then I got kicked out because in the end someone didn't like the cover I did, even though everyone else liked it. And that's how the stuff goes. And it doesn't mean that your work is shit. It just means that there's someone who doesn't like it, and it's someone important, and at another publisher it would have been taken immediately maybe. So it's just how it goes, and it doesn't mean anything bad, or it doesn't mean you're not worth it. It just means it just didn't work out this time. And yeah, this is something you really have to learn when you start your business here, because that's how it goes. We get critique every time, all the time, and it's a job. It's still a job. It's not only art we do and people are supposed to like it or hate it. It's something they need to sell, and for that they are giving you some tips or some wishes they want for this particular illustration or cover design or whatever, and you need to work with that. So don't take it in a bad way, and don't take it as something personal, or it's not. It's just a business, and everyone needs to or wants to get a piece of that cake. So yeah, don't ever take it personally. Tip number 9 is use social media. In our time, it's so great that we have so many platforms we can actually show our work. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, your own homepage, whatever, wherever, use it and try to build up your audience. And every now and then there will be a person who's maybe working for a publisher, who's a publisher, or who's interested in publishing a book or anything like that. It's so good to really put out your work there and do or make the best out of it. Tip number 10, and my final tip on this journey, is be reliable. And with that I mean, of course, you have normally a lot of contact with publishers and art directors via email. And if they're writing you an email, then try to answer that email immediately. Because, you know, imagine he's sitting on the computer right there and texting you an email, and how shitty would that be if this person would have to wait, I don't know, a few hours or even a few days to get an answer? Then they would be, of course, like, okay, this person doesn't really give a shit, so I'm texting another one, you know? So be reliable, answer emails as quickly as you can. Even if you're, I don't know, on the road currently, of course not driving a car, but if you're outside and your phone is with you, I mean, most of us have a smartphone these days, so try to answer, even if it's just, hi there, I'll get right back to you as soon as I'm hitting the office. Yeah, anything like that. Just so they know you've been reading this email and you're getting back and everything's fine. They don't have to worry or think about it anymore until they receive your email. So I guess that's pretty much it for today. I really hope you liked this video. If so, then please give me a thumbs up. And also, if you would like to support what I'm doing here, I know it's kind of weird. I feel a little bit weird about it, but a few weeks ago, I've activated my Patreon page, just with $1 a month. I know it's not much, but also it's, you know, I can't really promise to load up a new video every week. So I think $1 is okay. I'm also, by the way, using Patreon, and I'm supporting a really nice podcast called The Creative Pep Talk. I love this podcast, really. I'm loving working along with it. So yes, if you would like to support me, then go to my Patreon page. I'll leave a link down below. And yes, you can cancel it anytime. If you're really not satisfied with what I'm doing, then you can cancel it right away. But yeah, just wanted to mention that I'm actually using Patreon, and yeah, I'd be super happy if you'd like to support what I'm doing, so I can just go on doing it, because it really takes a lot of time to make these videos and to cut them, even though I'm not doing any fancy stuff, but wait, but it still takes a little bit of time. And during days when I'm really busy with book stuff, it's a total extra hour or 2 hours of working on these videos, and so this makes out of an 8-hour working day, it's 10-hour working day, and I'm really exhausted after that. So yeah, blah blah. I hope I didn't talk too much about that, blah blah. But yes, so yeah, what else to say? I guess I'll see you in the next video. I'm thinking about making another little vlog maybe, because next week I'm going to visit my sister in Bremen, and I'm helping her with her, she's moving into another place. So maybe I'll take you with me then. Yeah. I might do this. It's maybe very interesting, maybe not, but if not, then you can turn it all out. So yeah, what else to say? Thanks for watching. Jesus. Thanks for watching, guys. And I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate every single comment you're texting me and emails I'm getting from you. It's so nice to read that these videos are really helping you, because I remember back in the time I really wished that there were some videos out there, especially for children's book illustrations. I remember Will Terry does also make videos just about children's book illustrations, so check out his videos as well. Will Terry. Thanks, man, I love you. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for today. So now I'm going outside because the weather is super lovely, and I wish you all a very beautiful, beautiful day, and never ever give up. Be persistent and be yourself, and you'll get there. I promise. Just work hard, you'll get there. Okay, bye. Bye, guys. Jeez. Bye, guys, and I'll see you soon. Love you.